Guys, we have a big breaking news coming out. Senator predicts deadline for government shutdown to end. Now, this senator, he believes that it's going to happen next week after Tuesday election. If that's the case, if that's true, let's say this prediction comes true, it means that the blue has used the US citizens, deceived them, to vote for them, which is really messed up. So Senator Mullen, an Oklahoma Republican, told Politico that he expects the gov shutdown will likely end after Tuesday elections, estimating it to reopen either Wednesday or Thursday. Wow. So why after the election? You guys already know this has stuff going on in New York. You know, Zoran, he's ahead. He could become New York mayor. And boy, oh boy, I feel bad for the Big Apple. Man, I feel bad for the Big Apple. But you got all this election going on. So if they reopen the gov after the election, that's really messed up for them to do. Basically, they're deceiving many out there. Hey, just vote for us, and we take care of you. You see, Donald, he shut it down and everything. All right, guys. Before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters, a prayer request, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife Jessica Santiago at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2. Holiday, Florida 34691. The federal gov has been shut down since October the 1st. And Republicans and Democrats have been in a stalemate, trading blame back and forth over who is responsible. Well, who shut it down for the 13th time? Leave comments down below. All right, so who is responsible for the shutdown and seeking to garner support for a resolution to reopen the gov? The GOP holds a majority in the House and Senate, but requires Democratic support to reach that deal, which the Democrat, Mr. Chuck Schumer, turned it down for the 13th time. That led to the shutdown. So who's responsible? Again, you know who shut it down for the 13th time. So SNAP payments are issued monthly to nearly 42 million, with nearly 75% of SNAP household at or below the poverty level. The U.S. Department of Agriculture has confirmed that these benefits will not be paid until the shutdown ends, which has raised concerns among many constituents and led a coalition of Democratic-led states to sue the gov over its failure to use contingency funds for the matter. It says here many federal employees are working without pay, and hundreds of thousands are furloughed. Now, Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says some air traffic controllers have taken second jobs after missing paychecks in an effort to make ends meet. Well, again, a lot of people got to pay bills. A lot of people have to, get stuff ready for the holidays. They cannot just work and there's no paycheck. So people just doing Uber or DoorDash or Grubhub or other, delivering or, just doing taxi work. Mullen told Politico that he expects November 4th to be a turning point for Democrats in the gov shutdown. Notable elections that day include the New York City mayoral race, and again, we already mentioned about Zoran becoming mayor, and races in New Jersey and Virginia. Proposition 50 is on the ballot in California, which concerns the Democrats' proposed redistricting map. My opinion is they're setting everything up for next week. They know they've got to get out. Playing politics with people's lives. Man, He continued, if they do it before Tuesday, then their base may not show up because it looks like they caved, noting that Election Day is going to be a real marker for negotiations. That's why they're setting everything up to open next week. We'll be open next Wednesday or Wednesday night or Thursday, he said. Senate leader John also told the outlet he expects momentum to reopen the Gov to build after the elections. Now, the Republicans' comments come as the U.S. Commander Donald has called on GOP members to eliminate the filibusters rule to clear a path for ending the Gov shutdown. The filibuster, a procedural move that allows senators to extend debate on bills indefinitely without a 60-vote majority, has long been viewed as a means to encourage bipartisanship in Congress and as a bulwark against political dominance by slim majorities in the upper chamber. So what people are saying? Well, you have Judge Indira of the U.S. District Court for Massachusetts said right now Congress has put money in an emergency fund for an emergency. And it's hard for me to understand how this isn't an emergency when there's no money and a lot of people are needing their SNAP benefits. Your Honor, that emergency fund was meant for catastrophic hurricane, flood, wildfire, tornado, you name it. What happened if we get hit with a massive hurricane? That money is for disaster. Now, what's going on with this Gov shutdown? It's not a disaster. It's a human error. Now, these human error, they need to come together, stop playing games. All right, they could fix all this. We don't need to use that emergency fund. Just people need to get along, period. Good gosh. Man. Dottie said, senior fellow and director of federal SNAP policy and the center-left think tank, the Center for Budget and Policy Priorities, said in a report under past shutdowns during both the left and the right administration, SNAP benefits have always been provided using available funding sources to prevent a break in benefits, while it is not clear whether the past administration used the contingency reserve or instead use other available funding sources, making use of the contingency reserve unnecessary. The guidance documents from past shutdowns or near shutdowns make it clear that the SNAP contingency reserve was available to cover regular SNAP benefits. Senator Minority Chuck, the man that shut it down for the 13th time, Chucky, said in a October 30th X post, in the middle of this Republican Gov shutdown, Donald left the country and traveled all the way across the world to fold to the leader of China. No. Guys, let me explain this. It doesn't matter if you are a Democrat, Independent, or Republican. Your job is you're going to be traveling to other countries and meet foreign leaders. That's part of being a U.S. president. All right? You meet U.S. leaders. You talk about trade goods. You talk about, how to fix all this war stuff. Again, that's the president's job. The president will be traveling. Now, according to Chuck, he left town. That is not a proper way of saying that. You basically twisting words here. This is your commander. You're not supposed to be talking like that about your commander. Here's the thing. You shut it down for the 13th time, and then you got the nerve to call out Donald. It's just very... Again, this is what our beloved country is being run by these Looney Tunes. It's very sad. It's absolutely sad. It's very concerning, too. It goes to tell you very, very uneducated political individuals is running our sleeping giant country. You got people out there that can't identify what's a woman. I mean, good gosh. All right, so Republican Speaker of the House of Representatives Mike Johnson said earlier this week there has to be a pre-existing appropriation for the contingency to be used. And the left blocked that appropriation when they rejected the clean continuing resolution. The best way for SNAP benefits to be paid on time is for the left to end their shutdown. Once again, House Minority Leader Hakeem said in an X post on Friday, the Democrats are fighting to protect SNAP. Wong, if that's the case, then why your buddy Chuck shut it down? All right, so it's time, look at this, to save healthcare. Here's the thing, guys. Donald is not going to strip away the healthcare to sleeping giant citizens. He's going to strip them away from illegals. Understand? Comprende? Again, these people just not saying the whole thing right. It's time for the House Republican to end their 5-week vacation and reopen the gov. Enough. Oh, stop it. How many vacations Joe taken? Joe was the only president in U.S. history to take more vacation than anyone. He shattered that record. He shattered that record. And Hakeem, Chuck, Nancy, you guys let it happen. One thing about politics, guys, it gives you a massive headache. These people, I mean, the hypocrisy, the two-face, man. But again, what do you expect? This is politics. There's a lot of lies, there's a lot of cheat, and there's a lot of steal. All right, guys, I will keep it updated when it comes to all this SNAP stuff. But again, we still have time, hopefully, to figure something out. If not, if they open this thing right after the election, obviously this was to deceive many. You know how they keep saying that Donald is using this to weaponization stuff? Well, this is what they're doing. It's weaponization stuff. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.